As state lawmakers get set to resume the 2020 legislative session in Lincoln, Gering Senator John Stinner says it's going to be interesting to see what funding will be available to back any bills. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, Gering Senator John Stinner says he suspects there will be minimal funding available to state lawmakers as they begin tackling such issues such as property tax relief and a new business incentive package next week. During a Platte Institute webinar on the resumption of the legislative session, the chair of the Appropriations Committee said he thought it was 50-50 on whether there would be any money available to lawmakers on the floor.
And I'm saying 50-50 because I think there are some adjustments we can make and leave a small amount or dab amount of money for the floor. Then we need to have a real discussion about how we use things like the property tax relief fund. Are we going to leave it alone, or are we going to try to incorporate some of that? Or are we going to try to take a little bit of money out of the rainy day fund?
Stinner says of more immediate concern is finding the money needed to back a new business incentive package. He says failure to pass such a measure would leave Nebraska as one of the few, if not only, states without incentives, and that would have negative consequences considering the economic impact of the virus pandemic. Well, the city of Scottsbluff hosted their 2020-2021 budget work session today after receiving a request from all department heads. Council members sat down with interim city manager Rick Kukan, who says there is nearly $9 million in capital projects this year, as well as $500,000 available for council discretionary spending. He says the requests this year from city department heads were quite modest.
Your department heads did a really great job this year with the budget. Their submittals were needs, not wants. They were careful not to exceed or go crazy with things that we really don't need to do our job. So to a person, your department heads really did a really great job this year.
He also said that some departments, like Rick Deeds and the Parks Department, are stretched very thin.
When we look at the department budgets, the Parks Department needs help. Parks right now I think is kind of running behind. I've talked to Rick on several occasions, and if there's any need out there for personnel, it's probably in Parks.
The council will again discuss the budget during Monday night's regular city council meeting. Well, coming up after the break, hot temperatures are back in the mix. Bill Boyer's in with your Thursday evening forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Join us in Mitchell, Nebraska for the 133rd Annual Scottsbluff County Fair, July 25th through August 1st. Evening events start on Tuesday with the FAA Alumni Chore Time. Wednesdays, the Heartland Truck and Tractor Pull. Local stock at 6, main event to follow. Thursday is Dueling Pianos by Fun Pianos. Friday, it's the No Limits Monster Truck Competition. Then on Saturday, it's the 37th Annual Rubber Check Race. And on August 15th, it's the Demo Derby. For tickets, call 632-1828 or visit ScottsBluffCountyFairgrounds.com.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Going to be dealing with partly cloudy skies this evening. Temps fall down into the 60s overnight after a pretty warm afternoon out there as we had temps slip back up above normal here across the region. Storms are going to be to our east tonight. It looks like we'll be at 100 or better again tomorrow and Saturday, a couple of really hot days coming up. Then we get cooler starting on Sunday when more storms are going to be possible here across the region. Yesterday we had 85. It's a beautiful day out there yesterday. Chamber of Commerce day for sure. 0.13 of an inch of moisture. That puts us at exactly a half an inch for the month, about half of where we should be, and we're still over 3 inches short of normal. We have 80s in eastern Nebraska, 90s here in southwest into western Nebraska, upper 80s, low 90s, splitting hairs, not much difference there at all. 80s and low 90s into the high country as well. Here across the region, it's 90 in Sydney, 89 in Mullen, 94 right now in Oshkosh, 91 in Chadron, and we just have light winds under 10 miles an hour primarily for the most part. We do have a threat of severe weather this evening. As we zoom in, you'll see it's kicking a marginal risk of severe storms out for us. I think storms are going to be off to our east. We could, in this yellow shaded area, have a slight risk of severe storms this evening. That shifts off to the north and east of us as we go into tomorrow with an enhanced risk of severe storms there, and then off to the east of us on Saturday. Our next chance of seeing some active weather is going to be Sunday here across our region. So tries to kick out a couple of thunderstorms well off to our east into the Sandhills. Futurecast does. Otherwise, we're going to be clear to partly cloudy, lows down into the low to mid 60s. For tomorrow, we start the day with sunshine. We'll have a few hit and miss clouds, but primarily it's going to be mainly sunny here across the region, and it's going to bake. It's going to be another hot one out here tomorrow, as we're going to get even hotter than where we were today, as just a few late day clouds build up. That is about it. And we're looking at high temperatures tomorrow going over 100 in many locations, 100 to 102, 4, 5, all scattered across the region. Slightly cooler temps here in the eastern Wyoming, in the far southwestern portions of the Panhandle, but most of us very near or exceeding that 100-degree mark, and we'll stay no shower and thunderstorm activity for the next 36 hours except off to the east. 62 tonight, partly cloudy skies, light winds. Tomorrow, sunny, quite hot. Woo, 102 your forecast high. Our 7-day forecast will be back at 100 again on Saturday. We bring in a chance of storms, as we mentioned, Sunday, Monday. 50-50 shot of getting some moisture, and temps fall back into the 80s, only to get back into the low to mid 90s to the middle and end portions of next week. All in all, a pretty average forecast, and hopefully we are able to squeeze some much needed moisture out late in the weekend into early next week.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Going to be dealing with partly cloudy skies this evening. Temps fall down into the 60s overnight after a pretty warm afternoon out there, as we had temps slip back up above normal here across the region. Storms are going to be to our east tonight. It looks like we'll be at 100 or better again tomorrow and Saturday, a couple of really hot days coming up. Then we get cooler starting on Sunday when more storms are going to be possible here across the region. Yesterday we had 85. It's a beautiful day out there yesterday. Chamber of Commerce day for sure. 0.13 of an inch of moisture. That puts us at exactly a half an inch for the month, about half of where we should be, and we're still over 3 inches short of normal. We have 80s in eastern Nebraska, 90s here in southwest into western Nebraska, upper 80s, low 90s, splitting hairs, not much difference there at all. 80s and low 90s into the high country as well. Here across the region, it's 90 in Sydney, 89 in Mullen, 94 right now in Oshkosh, 91 in Chadron, and we just have light winds under 10 miles an hour primarily for the most part. We do have a threat of severe weather this evening. As we zoom in, you'll see it's kicking a marginal risk of severe storms out for us. I think storms are going to be off to our east. We could, in this yellow shaded area, have a slight risk of severe storms this evening. That shifts off to the north and east of us as we go into tomorrow with an enhanced risk of severe storms there, and then off to the east of us on Saturday. Our next chance of seeing some active weather is going to be Sunday here across our region. So tries to kick out a couple of thunderstorms well off to our east into the Sandhills. Futurecast does. Otherwise, we're going to be clear to partly cloudy, lows down into the low to mid 60s. For tomorrow, we start the day with sunshine. We'll have a few hit and miss clouds, but primarily it's going to be mainly sunny here across the region, and it's going to bake. It's going to be another hot one out here tomorrow, as we're going to get even hotter than where we were today, as just a few late day clouds build up. That is about it. And we're looking at high temperatures tomorrow going over 100 in many locations, 100 to 102, 4, 5, all scattered across the region. Slightly cooler temps here in the eastern Wyoming, in the far southwestern portions of the Panhandle, but most of us very near or exceeding that 100-degree mark, and we'll stay no shower and thunderstorm activity for the next 36 hours except off to the east. 62 tonight, partly cloudy skies, light winds. Tomorrow, sunny, quite hot. Woo, 102 your forecast high. Our 7-day forecast will be back at 100 again on Saturday. We bring in a chance of storms, as we mentioned, Sunday, Monday. 50-50 shot of getting some moisture, and temps fall back into the 80s, only to get back into the low to mid 90s to the middle and end portions of next week. All in all, a pretty average forecast, and hopefully we are able to squeeze some much needed moisture out late in the weekend into early next week.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can.
Bundle and save with Allstate. In Gering, call Allstate agent Michael Engelhop for a quote today at 308-436-2123.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Welcome back. Unified Command confirming 2 new cases and 2 new recoveries on Wednesday evening, with 1 new case each in Scottsbluff and Morrill counties, and both recoveries were in Scottsbluff County. Through Wednesday evening, the Panhandle has had a total of 365 cases, 295 recoveries, and 5 deaths. That leaves 66 active cases in the Panhandle. 55 of those are in Scottsbluff County, 3 in Kimball and Morrill counties, 2 in Cheyenne County, and 1 each in Box Butte, Dual, and Sheridan counties. Well, a 46-year-old Mitchell man has been arrested on a Colorado state warrant charging him with sexual assault of a child. Daniel Hirschfeld was arraigned on Wednesday in Scottsbluff County Court on a fugitive from justice charge. Court documents say he's facing the charges out of Logan County, Colorado. The warrant was issued on July 1st and served on the 6th. During his appearance yesterday, Hirschfeld signed a waiver of extradition agreeing to return to Colorado as a prisoner to answer to the sexual assault of a child charge. And after a 1-month disruption in service, the City of Scottsbluff Sanitation Department has announced that they will resume recycling pickup starting on Monday, July 20th. Back in June, single-stream curbside recycling was suspended due to repairs being made to the conveyor located at the Gering landfill, which was used to process the recycling. Previously, recycling was only picked up on Wednesdays, but earlier this year, the Scottsbluff Sanitation Department altered their schedule for blue can pickup. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell catches up with former WNCC men's basketball coach Corey Farringer and has taken a new coaching position in Colorado. We'll have more from the sports desk right after this.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
As farmers make plans to return to their fields for spring planting, we urge farmers to be alert to the dangers of working near overhead power lines. Electricity is one of the most overlooked, yet deadly hazards of working on a farm. Beware of increased height when loading and transporting equipment on trailers. Avoid raising the arms of planters or cultivators or raising truck beds near power lines. So let's take extra caution this spring planting season. This message brought to you by
Roosevelt Public Power District.
your Touchstone Energy partner, the power of human connections.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Now, sports from the FNBO Sports Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
Change for the WNCC men's basketball program, and we'll actually have some basketball locally this weekend. Welcome into the desk for today. Corey Farringer was a visitor yesterday morning up at WNCC as we met to discuss his future plans. WNCC announced last Friday that Farringer had stepped down as men's basketball coach for the Cougars. Yesterday, the other shoe dropped in the story as Farringer said he's accepted an assistant's position at the University of Northern Colorado.
It was about 13 years ago that I went away from Colorado and went away from home, and it's been 13 years since I've been in Colorado. I grew up with Greeley as somewhat of my backyard. You know, I traveled there to play baseball when I was 11 and 12 years old. I went fishing, hunting, camping in the mountains located right outside of Greeley. I get to take my boy to those same ponds. I get to go catch trout in some of the same lakes. I get to go camp in some of the same campgrounds. So personally, I would say it was a much stronger feeling and need to leave and go back to Colorado than it was professionally. But ultimately, Northern Colorado is a top 100 program in the country right now out of 350 plus Division I basketball teams. And I'm a believer in Coach Smiley. I'm a believer in what he's trying to build.
Farringer excited to join the staff led by head coach Steve Smiley, who's taking over after 4 years as an assistant coach, plus former Chadron State head coach Houston Reed's on staff as an assistant there as well starting this year. A lot of history for these guys.
Yeah, Coach Smiley and I have been, I call him a teammate of mine. I think we've been professional teammates for over a decade now. He recruited me out of Northeastern Junior College to play at Black Hills State University. As soon as I began my coaching career, he asked me to come out to camp and work camps with him to get my coaching legs underneath me. I've always leaned on him as far as a shoulder and a phone call, a guy to talk to, when you're facing challenges in the coaching world.
A lot of positives for the Cougar men's program over the last 4 seasons with Farringer at the helm. A 91-39 overall record, 1 Region 9 title, and a trip to the national tournament back in 2018. Plus, and really the main thing, so many players that have gone on to play at Division I programs.
Coaches get opportunities because they have good players. Coaches win games because they have good players. And I can't be more thankful for all those young men that took that floor at Cougar Palace, that went on the road and won games at places like CSI. To have the trust and commitment that they showed within our program. I could just say thank you to all those Cougars, all those Tetons, all those Bati boys, that they've blessed me with more opportunities than I could have ever dreamed of in the coaching profession.
Not only a winner in the head coach's seat with Farringer, but also really solid assistants underneath him in Roy Bell Baez and Billy Engel. Baez leaving to become the lead assistant at Laramie County Community College in Cheyenne, and it's going to be Engel taking over the Cougar program on an interim basis for now.
And for Coach Engel, young men need an opportunity in their lives, and at some point you need to get the first chance to sit in the first chair. Know what that 12 inches feels like to be the head man. And getting told yes that you're good enough is hard to find in this life. And so I can't be more appreciative for Coach Bergner for allowing Coach Engel an opportunity to lead the Cougars and continue, our own culture, our own commitment of what we began here at Western Nebraska, and allow to do it through Coach Engel's emphasis, to find out what's really lying in his heart, what he believes in as a leader.
Want to wish the best of luck to Corey Farringer on his move to Northern Colorado, and we really look forward to working with Coach Engel as he takes over the Cougar men. Now that game floor up at the college hosting some action tomorrow night with the Panhandle Prep girls and boys all-star games here in town. Girls game, that'll tip first at 5:30. We'll have the doubleheader with coverage on the trail, 106.9, and we'll be streaming online as well. Pre-game will start at 5:15. Girls game first, boys game will follow. 3-point contest for the boys and girls, plus the dunk contest included in the evening as always. Basketball centric for today. That is the latest from right here at the FNBO TV Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. Ryan's got more coming up right after this on KNEB.TV.
Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can focus on what matters most. Small business, you're the engine that makes our communities thrive. That's why we're with you, providing more for you, so you can earn more, save more, and do more.
Take your career to the next level with Chadron State College's online Master of Science in Organizational Management program, taught by experienced professors who care about your success. CSC offers 3 flexible options with its Master of Science degree: Human Services, Natural Resources, and Sports Management. With CSC's history as an education leader in the classroom and online, you'll have a solid foundation as you take your career to the next level. Chadron State College, real people, real results. Learn more today at csc.edu.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want you to plan for tomorrow while you enjoy today. With our personalized trust and estate planning services, our trust services can help you do just that. When it comes to estate planning, you should seek professional help. And when you do, you should have confidence in the financial institution you choose to handle your trust. At Platte Valley Bank, we pride ourselves in keeping our trust operations local and serving our friends and neighbors. We offer a highly personalized, full line of personal trust and estate planning. Give us a call today and see how our trust services can help you.
And finally tonight, downtown Scottsbluff merchants set up shop along Broadway for the annual sidewalk sales. From now until Saturday, businesses on Broadway have a selection of their merchandise from their store onto the sidewalks. Today's warm temperatures helped in a way because it helped lure customers into the air-conditioned stores. The sidewalk sales will continue on Friday and Saturday, so make sure you head downtown to patronize your locally owned businesses. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.